Hello, investors and traders, and welcome to the weekly market report. I'm AJ Monte, and I'm recording this while the market is still open on this Thursday, November 6th. As you can see from this daily candle chart of DIA, which is the Dow Jones Industrial Average ETF, you could see that we do have a lower high, lower low. Now, yesterday during the midweek report, I did talk about the possible ABCD pattern that we'd be seeing in the market, and that would start with the A right at the top of this pivot here, and then we are coming down to B, which we had the higher low, higher high yesterday, so now we could put the B right there for the pivot, and immediately after that today we have a lower high, lower low, which is giving us the ability to put a C right here. And typically, when you see ABCD patterns up or down, the D usually extends beyond the pivot B. And so we are expecting a lower D, hence the reason why I'm not moving my downside target down there on DIA. Now, if you look at the ABCD pattern on the way up, here is A right at the bottom here. It went up to B, pivoted down to C, and then we had a higher D. So there's your ABCD pattern for those that are following along with this very common price pattern in up legs and down legs. So I am expecting the markets to drop. I would not be surprised at all to see the diamonds, IWM, and all the other major markets to close tomorrow below the 20 period moving average, which is this blue line. So keep your stops in place if you are long. For the put buyers out there, the option traders that had negative delta, I would say enjoy the ride here, but also protect any positive delta spreads that you might have. For our members, we're going to be rolling positions next week as we collect credits on the short side of the spreads that we do as we approach the November expiration Friday. And so stay tuned for that. If you're looking to be a member here at StickyTrades and you want to learn how to trade options, then we have a 15-day trial. You can plug right in, plug into our webinars, and learn how to trade options, read the charts and such. We've got a lot going on here, so you don't want to miss out of that, especially when we're offering a 2-week free trial. So that is DIA. Again, the downside target's still in place right there at 455.57, and so that is in place, and we'll be tracking that week after week until we hit that downside target. Now, IWM, you could see that we already have a close below the 20 period moving average, and you have an A here. Here's your A right at the top here. B, it's a very condensed ABCD pattern, but you have this pivot today. So I think we're on our way to hitting that downside target with a lower D as well. And so that downside target on IWM still in place right there at 238.47. Moving right along to Qs. That's the NASDAQ ETF, more or less. We have a very significant candle here because it's flirting with that 20 period moving average. And we did fill the gap here today. So this one's a little bit tougher to forecast because with the Qs, 80% of the time after a gap fills, like many other stocks, you tend to get a bounce. And we also have an open gap above the market. Now, with the added pressure that we're seeing today right across the board, I'm still going with a possible close below that 20 period moving average. And then tomorrow, I think we're going to continue a little bit lower as we come into the weekend. So for the Qs, I think this downside target is going to be a little bit tougher to reach in the short term. I think ultimately it will. I'll get to my reasons why in a moment. But my downside target on QQQ is 591.24. Let's go right to SPY. This is the S&P 500 ETF. You can see again we're flirting with that 20 period moving average. Right now we are trading below that 20 period moving average. Whether or not that holds, we'll have to see. We still have about an hour and a half left before the market closes. I want to get this one out so people have enough time to get an eyeball on it and maybe adjust their positions or protect with stops. Downside target on SPY is 653.89. And so this one is already starting to pivot lower, lower high, lower low, like I said. And down below, you could see that the CCI is already crossed below the zero line, also known as the momentum line. So we generally get 2 to 4 days of movement in the direction of the cross. So I still think we're heading lower in SPY. Now, before we get to the VIX, I want to show you this ticker that I've been pointing out week after week. This is $SPX, the letter A, the number 50, and R. So again, $SPX, the letter A, 50R. This is an index that shows the percentage of stocks in the S&P that are trading above the 50 period moving average. So what that means is 41%, just a tad over 41% of the stocks are above that 50-day moving average, but that also means that 59% of the S&P is now down below the 20-period moving average. And I've been talking about this for weeks now, citing this down leg and how I believe we're going to see a duplication of this to the downside. And you can see what's happened in the past when we started closing below the 50% level. And we started doing that here. It failed to get back up and stay over the 50% mark. And now we're doing more or less an ABCD to the downside on this particular index. So that's not looking bullish at all for the S&P. And you have to remember that once stocks break out below the 50-day moving average, the 50-day moving average now acts as resistance. That role reversal occurs on moving averages just like they would a horizontal support or resistance level, and just like any trend line. So we've got that working against the market right now. So again, more reasons to protect any long positions as we look forward into the near future. Now, let's go right to the VIX, because this is telling me that we could have an ABCD to the upside on the VIX. All right, so here's your A right down here. We pivoted down on the VIX yesterday. So here's your B right there. And then what do we have? We have a higher low, higher high today on the VIX. So now we have C, which I believe is going to bring us back up to a higher D. Now I still have an upside target on the VIX set right here with this diagonal red line right there at 25. I'm not moving that, but you have to understand that not only are we seeing a C pivot in an ABCD pattern here, but we're seeing a bullish harami to boot, which a bullish harami is a small bodied candle that falls within the previous red body. And so I look at that and I say, okay, well, we've got a bullish candle on the VIX, which many of you know the VIX is inversely related to the S&P. So if we're bullish on the VIX, we're remaining more bearish on the S&P. So keep that in mind. Now, I want to thank all of you who attended the live midweek report. We had a record attendance, and we're seeing a trend where each and every Wednesday we're getting bigger numbers with regard to eyeballs on our broadcast. Stay tuned to that. If you hit the notification bell on our YouTube channel, you'll be notified when we're about to go live on the broadcast, and you won't miss that. You can watch it on your smartphone, you can watch it on your computer, whatever you like. And that's how we're rolling forward. We've got a lot of good things, like I said, coming out of StickyTrades, so stay tuned. I want to thank you so much. I think having this market report go out a little bit early is helping a lot of the traders, especially the option traders, with regard to helping them with picking strike prices and expirations for options. That's for sure. And again, I want to thank you so much. You have a good rest of the week, and we'll talk to you next time. So long.
In a world of endless data, where every second counts, introducing Nod Live, your professional compass in the chaos of the stock market. Nod Live cuts through the noise. Stay ahead with Nod Live.